Bassmaster Fishing 2022, Episode 12, Toledo Bend. And a lot of people do great. There's some well-known spots on Toledo Bend. I found a new secret hotspot, so I made a video about that. And this episode is just going to be me fishing there and jaw jacking for about an hour. That's what my show is. Whenever I find a hot spot or a cool place to fish, I make an hour-long show of it because I love Bassmaster. So you see those trees in the distance? You see where I'm headed? I'm headed to that point. And when you're going real fast with the boat, it looks like there's fish everywhere underneath you. But when you stop, there will be no fish. So you come to the point of this peninsula, and you make a left. There's a major hotspot in here. You come to this neighborhood, and if you go too far, you'll miss it. But there's a little cove in here. And there's this little patch of grass right here. Just go just beyond it. Hardline Dax just told me there's a spot right here too. And I did notice that spot before. But when I fish like this with a drop shot, I get like super heavyweight largemouth. Super heavyweight after super heavyweight after super heavyweight. I got like 3 over 15 in like 10 minutes here. So I'll show you what I'm using here. A quarter ounce is perfect because the fish are like 10 to 15 feet deep. So you do not need like a half ounce probably. You don't really need a half, unless you want to reach all the way down to 15 feet, but it's like 30 feet deep here. So a quarter ounce Texas rig with a 4-aught hook and a worm. The Jenko swim bait, a quarter ounce jig head, and a 4-aught hook with a tremor shad. And this is primarily what I'll be using. A light drop shot, 3/16 ounce, with a 4-aught hook and a tremor shad. Let's do this. Let's start this episode and see how many slobs we can catch in 1 hour on this position. And I got a heartbeat from this bass. But it doesn't look really huge. It's probably about 10 pounds. Isn't this game great? Dovetail did a bunch of fishing games though. And it seems like Bassmaster is so different from any other fishing game that they've ever made in a good way. Now, I like Fishing SimWorld, and Dovetail made that too. I like Bass Pro Shops Edition, Fishing SimWorld Pro Tour. They're the next best, I think. They might even be better in some ways than this game. But I prefer Bassmaster to any fishing game Dovetail has ever made. It just looks better. It feels better.
It's Chubasa.
And they're the only ones, guys. Dovetail's the only ones that's doing like a really fancy art style for bass and an underwater camera where you can actually watch what is going on underneath the surface of the water. So I just like that. I've always liked that. Ever since I played Sega Bass Fishing way back in the early 2000s on the Dreamcast, I have had a very high opinion of fishing games with an underwater camera. I just think there's something special about it. I mean, when it's done well, like I played a couple games where in the fishing game it had an underwater camera, but it wasn't, as nice as Sega Bass Fishing or as this game. And honestly, this puts Sega Bass Fishing to shame. But for a long time,
Yes.
the best underwater camera was probably Sega Bass Fishing.
Not gonna set any records with that one. But it's a
That
simple
game just looked
cha-ching,
amazing.
cha-ching.
It wasn't a very big game like Bassmaster, but the bass looked really cool. And there was really giant size largemouth in that game. There was no spotted bass, though. No smallmouth bass. No catfish in Sega Bass Fishing. It was all bass. Ooh. And as I predicted, my first snob. What is this one going to be like? Wow.
You
A
have caught an
14.8 is one of the first largemouth I catch is a 14.8 pounder. Now, when I was here around noon, I found this area here, I found right around noon game time, and I caught 3 over 15 like immediately. Right now, it's about 8 in the morning. Game time. But you can see it is a major hot spot in here. And I'm just wondering how long it'll take to get into some legendary action. And I'm retrieving this, like as soon as this drop shot hits the water, I'm retrieving it at 3 speed. So I'm really keeping it around 10 feet deep. I'm not giving it any time to fall below that. Because there's not a lot of fish below 10 feet here. They're all kind of around 10 feet. But I think we need a Bassmaster too, guys. I think we need a Bassmaster too. Another bass with a heartbeat. And every single largemouth that I have caught so far has had one, has had a heartbeat, has been a trophy bass. Or no. There was, I think, one like 5 pounder in there. But it's an amazing fishing game. It stands out as being unique, and we have some amazing fishing games now. We have Fishing Planet, and we have Fishing SimWorld Pro Tour. And those are the best fishing games in the world right now. They're the best. And you can see what's going on here. This is another 14 pounder. So when you start catching like 14 pounders over and over, it's the first thing in the morning. And I caught a couple over 14 immediately. And they were both about, that was a big one too. They were both around 10 feet deep. I mean, they were on that 10-foot line. And this 3/16-ounce drop shot is perfect at cruising right around that zone, right around the 10-foot deep zone. Let's see what else we're going to get in here. Two 14-pounders before 8:30. And I happen to know that later on in the day, like around midday, game time, these will turn into like plus 15 pounders. Because I've caught 3 of them right around noontime. Another heartbeat. Another trophy largemouth. So I guess the Sabine National Forest, where this lake is located, is between Texas and Louisiana.
Oh boy, that is Shack Daddy's super bag.
Just a 10-pounder, but in real life, that would be amazing. Not in Bassmaster fishing. Usually, well, on Sabine River and St. Lawrence, that would be the maximum size trophy largemouth. But on Toledo Bend, they get very large. And those are the ones that we are after here. We're looking for like the 1510s and the legendary largemouth bass, which I'm pretty sure on Toledo Bend, they're over 16 pounders. We can take a look right now. Yeah, the smallest one is 16 pounds, 3 ounces. Yeah, but for a while, Big Timer Jay and Professor Smooth, those guys were making YouTube videos for Bassmaster. They did it for a couple years. Now the only ones making videos for this game on YouTube is me and Trickster. Fixer does a lot of games on his channel, though. My channel is almost exclusively Bassmaster. It's almost all videos about this game. And every little thing I learn about it. I got a heartbeat. I didn't even notice what species this was, though. It struck so quickly. Oh, it looks to be about a 10-pound largemouth. I have some poker videos on my channel. I personally am a betting man. I play a lot of poker, and I absolutely love it. Every second that I get to play poker,
Absolute hydrilla gorilla.
there's some great online games on your phone that you can find. And there's some great console poker games that I just absolutely have the highest opinion of. Although sometimes I'm concerned that the random card generators could be monkeyed with a little bit to make more high cards appear on the flop, turn, and river sometimes. But that's my own personal opinion at times. I'm not accusing any of these games of not having a true random card generation. I just wonder sometimes. I wonder about these poker games. How random is that card generator? Let's see. I don't know. But sometimes it doesn't seem so random.
Not gonna set any records with that one.
I have a few Way of the Hunter videos. That was the first hunting game, hunting simulation, like true blue hunting game I ever played. And I played hundreds of hours of Way of the Hunter. And it's one of my all-time favorite outdoors games. But it's just the trophy largemouth bite here. It's like every cast, you get a trophy largemouth. Almost every one at times. So I know it's special. Yeah, so I have some poker videos on my channel. I have some Way of the Hunter videos on my channel. But it's mostly Bassmaster. I even have like a few Fishing Planet videos. I'm just not the biggest fan of like all the DLC in Fishing Planet. Like, you don't just get to like unlock the levels in Fishing Planet. Oh no. You can try unlocking all the levels, but it's going to take you a lifetime to do it. And without spending a ton of money, and I'm just not the biggest fan of that. Like, I understand that these games need DLC so that these people make money from the creation of their game. So I do understand why some of these games have to be like highly monetized. Like Fishing Planet, who knows how many man hours have gone into actual creation of that game? And I'm sure they do need to cover their cost and then make a little bit. I hate how much time it takes, even with the DLC, how much time it takes to unlock all your levels in that game. So therefore, it is not my favorite fishing game.
There has been a Basquatch sighting.
There's no question this is my favorite. I bought it in 2023. I bought this game. And I've been playing it every day since. I'm obsessed with Bassmaster. Completely, totally obsessed with it. I love this game. My first fishing game ever was Sega Bass Fishing. And I absolutely loved the underwater camera. How you could see all the bass under the water and your lure moving around and the bass getting, aggressive and chasing after your lure. I mean, to me, that was all like something really special. Sega Bass Fishing will always be special because it's the first fishing game I ever played. That was back early 2000s. It was the only fishing game that was that good. That was as good as it was. It was better than any other fishing game ever made back then when I was 20. I'm 40 now. I'm 42. So God has blessed me. I didn't have to fight in any wars when I was 20 years old, and I've lived twice as long as better men. So I enjoy every single day that I have to live. And I play Bassmaster and try and find hot spots and get really good over the course of 1 hour game time. And I try to win the open with my hot spots. So recently I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And I know Black Ops 7 is out now.
Flippity flop, what do you got?
And not only is it out, but it is on like a huge sale where it's 35% off. Now, do I want to play Black Ops 7? Yes, I do very much. So why haven't I purchased it? There's a good reason for that. There is a good reason that I have not bought Black Ops 7 and will not. Because in Black Ops 6, Activision or Xbox or Microsoft, and one of those companies has completely shut down the armory in Black Ops 6. And therefore, you can't get to a bunch of your rifles or attachments or some of the coolest stuff in the game. And I have an enormous problem with that. They left a loophole in the game where some people are stealing like weapons and attachments and everything without unlocking them the appropriate way. And so, I mean, Activision just shut down the armory because some people are cheating. And probably because they want to sell Black Ops 7. That's why I think they're really doing it. But if you look it up online, Google will tell you it's a bug. The armory in Black Ops 6 is shut down because it's a bug in the system. It's a bug in the game. And I just don't believe that's true. I believe it was intentionally taken away so that we would buy Black Ops 7 and quit playing Black Ops 6, even though I bought it at full price. I spent $60 on Black Ops 6 when it was brand new. Then I bought a DLC with the Terminator 2 and a Battle Pass. So I paid about $100 for Black Ops 6. And then they shut down the armory. And that is why I will not buy Black Ops 7 out of solidarity. Because I think it's wrong to do that to people who have purchased the game and, should be able to use the armory. I love Call of Duty. I've never had more fun playing a Call of Duty
Check out the green beast
than I have playing Black Ops 6. I still think that it is wrong for them to take away the armory. Because that's a part of the game. And you really, really need it. You need it desperately. You need the armory to unlock a bunch of, like, most of your weapons. Most of them. And not just those, but, like, attachments, like the coolest attachments. Crossbows that shoot exploding arrows. All the best attachments that go onto your rifles and shotguns and everything. Every good thing is in the armory. All the best stuff. So for them to just shut it down on us like that, to me, is like a dishonesty in the extreme, because we purchased that game. We purchased it. It doesn't belong to them anymore. And for them to update the game and like take away the armory in an update and then lie to us and claim that it was a bug, to me is hard to forgive. And I kind of feel like they just want us to buy Black Ops 7, So they shut the armory down in Black Ops 6. Because people were cheating the weapons.
Flippity flop, what do you got?
So, and no matter if Black Ops 7 goes on sale for $10, I will probably not buy it. Out of solidarity and respect for the money that I already spent on Black Ops 6. Why would I trust them again after they took away my armory in Black Ops 6? But that game is awesome. And it's just so unfortunate that they took away the armory like they did, because that hurts it. That hurts the quality of their game. But I'm a huge Call of Duty fan. I bought Modern Warfare 3 and World War II and now Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6 is my favorite of the three. I love the
Holy
maps.
slop, what do you got?
I love the DLC. Like that Terminator 2 DLC is really cool. You get the T-800 and you get Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then you get a high-powered shotgun and two assault rifles. One of them has two grenade launchers, a drill charge launcher, and a exploding crossbow, crossbow with exploding arrows. So that Terminator 2 DLC is worth its weight in gold. It comes in clutch. In multiplayer, so now we're approaching around the time that I found this spot on another day. But it's been non-stop largemouth, non-stop. But I found this spot around this time of day, and this is when I caught the largest largemouth. And one after the next, after the next.
There has been a Bassquatch sighting.
All right, a strong heartbeat, and it nearly broke the line. This could be something special. What have we got here? Is it a little tiny bass? Oh, whoa, 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 he's breaking the line. This one's breaking the 50-pound braid on me. But it did have the drag way up. Oh, yeah, this looks like another 10 or 12 pounder. Yep, 11.
An absolute
Almost 11. I wonder when we'll see a legendary largemouth bass. If ever. So I just noticed on YouTube that if you watch that show Alaskan Bush People, Bear Brown has a YouTube channel, and you really need to subscribe to help him out and help him get monetized. Bear Brown. It's called The Life of Bear. And Birdie, Bird from the show, she's got a YouTube channel too. And I would subscribe to both of those people. They're really good people. I watch like every episode of that show almost. And they're just great people. Great people that really deserve people to subscribe. Well, it seems to have slowed down, not picked up. Let's see what we can find here. So far, I've done a couple 14 pounders and a whole lot of 10s. Another trophy largemouth with a heartbeat. Oh, this one looks really big. Oh, this one is a slob.
Yes.
So if this were the tournament today, I would have three over 14 and a couple 10s so far. We're looking to improve. Still got about 3 game hours. Three game hours in this hour left to improve on 3 over 14 and a bunch of 10s. Or a couple 10s.
Yes. Not gonna set any records with that one, but at least it's a good, solid keeper.
Where are the real giants? The legendary largemouth bass. The 15, 16 pounders of Toledo Bend. That is the ever burning question. When are we going to see a real monster? A 15 plus pounder. Three 14s and a couple 10s. With a drop shot, a very light drop shot, and a tremor shad. Another trophy bass. Oh, he jumped though. He's no bigger than around 10 pounds. Time to weigh up this bass. He's 11.
It's Chubasa.
Come on, giant super trophy. No heartbeat on this fish. So I'm busting him loose. Seems like when you pitch over here sometimes, there's really giant largemouth in here too.
Somebody caught a toad.
But I'm sorry I'm not talking as much the last couple minutes. During my show, I like to talk to my audience because I think it makes a better experience. Trickster, he doesn't do any talking. He does not talk during his Bassmaster videos or any of his game videos. I am a yapper. I talk because I can't have you in my presence and not talk to you. Whenever someone is with me, I have to talk to them. That's just my personality. All right, there's no heartbeat, so I'm not sure why I am even bringing this fish in. That was a crappy little drum. A heartbeat. We got us a heart and soul on this fish, whatever it is. I didn't really get a good look at it. As a matter of fact, when I get done with this episode 12, I'm almost certainly going to play Black Ops 6 for the rest of the night. Because I've played about 1,500 hours of Bassmaster.
Knick-knack, fatty-whack, give that hog a bone.
And so far, I'm just not getting the same super heavyweights that I did the first time. Well, no heartbeat. But you can see the fish finder here. I mean, it's basically saying that there's a million fish at about 10 feet deep. And indeed, there is. And I've done nothing but catch fish constantly this entire hour so far. Nothing special, though. Nothing legendary. And even the trophy largemouth I caught were lackluster. No 15s. Not like the first time I fished here. All 14s, so very interesting. Sometimes there's all 15s. Sometimes it's all 14s. Very interesting indeed. But I wonder how long it'll take to catch just any legendary fish in
I
general.
have a few competitors trembling with that toad.
Gar, channel cat, blue cat. It is just such a busy spot that I wonder how many legendary fish ultimately you will be able to catch here. It's just I entered the Toledo Bend online open, and I found it to be a very difficult task. I knew about the Big Timer J hotspots, and I tried them. But I was not able to max out my bag consistently every round. So I just quit that tournament because I just wasn't doing real well. And trying other people's hotspots, like the Big Timer J hotspots and Professor Smooth hotspots, I just didn't have like a consistency there. I tried a few rounds and just decided that, you know, I needed to do a little more work on Toledo Bend before I honestly try to like place in the top 5 or 10 because I just didn't know it well enough. A 12-12. I mean, this is the time where I caught those 15s. On the other day. And on a drop shot here, you just get constant action. And I really, really like this spot because it is constant action and you never really know what you're going to get. And you're always suspecting that a legendary fish could be just on the next cast because there's so many fish here. But if you notice the fish finder, it is many small fish. Like the other day, it was many big fish. But now it's many small fish. That's kind of an interesting little thing to notice about Bassmaster. Sometimes your hotspots will be full of giants. And then other times will be full of panfish. That's why I'm a firm believer in having as many hotspots as possible on any given lake in Bassmaster.
Not gonna set any records with that one, but it's a solid keeper. Cha-chunk, cha-ching.
Now there's some medium-sized fish showing up. I wonder if my luck's about to change. And I really wanted to play Black Ops 7, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, but, you know, I just won't buy it. I don't care how cheap it is. When they take care of me and they take care of Black Ops 6, then I'll get Black Ops 7. But if that armory remains locked, if that armory is shut down indefinitely, I will never buy Black Ops 7. Not in a million years. Because that's just wrong. I spent $100 on that one, buddy. 100 bones. And if I feel like I'm getting robbed or cheated, then I'm not going to be happy. But this video is not about Call of Duty. There's Call of Duty channels out there. This ain't one of them. This is a Bassmaster channel through and through. I did do a Call of Duty video though the other day. I did a like a 30-minute Black Ops 6 multiplayer video. Just because I love it, and I thought it deserved a spot on my channel. I think if you're a very young person, like if you're around 10 years old, Call of Duty multiplayer is really tough. Because it's nothing but adults playing. And they're only, 13, wow.
From beneath.
So apparently some days it's 13s and 14s. And other days it's like 15s. So don't sleep on this one. I think Call of Duty for younger people might not be a lot of fun because it's all adults playing Call of Duty. And they're really good. And it's honestly, even being 40 myself, it's hard for me even to keep up with a lot of these people playing Call of Duty. They can be so good, you can't kill them, and you can't keep them from killing you sometimes. And it can be a very frustrating game, multiplayer. Also, I personally was not the biggest fan of zombies. Like, I tried playing zombies, and I have a controller with an analog stick to aim with, and you have to hit each zombie in the head like twice with a handgun to kill them. And I just got like overrun by zombies. Like, both times I tried zombies, I got eaten alive by the zombies. Like the first few zombies that came by. I just personally think that it's a little difficult for me. I don't know why. It could be the controller that I'm using. Because you have to hit these zombies in the head with a handgun.
Competitors trembling with that toad.
It could be the controller. It could be that I just never played zombies before and I just stink at it. And, but I'm not the biggest fan of zombies. I would honestly trade the entire zombies section of the game for more multiplayer maps. And I wish that they did it. I wish they did that. Because in my opinion, it would be so much better if they just scrapped zombies and put like multiplayer maps in its stead. So we would have like more arenas and online maps. And, we wouldn't have this, like, for those of us that just can't stand zombies and are just no good at it, it's like this big part of the game that's just not even usable. But I guess it's popular. Zombies and Call of Duty is popular, and some people really like it. So we get it in just about every single Call of Duty. But I think it's kind of a questionable decision myself to do zombies at all. Like, why take the risk of doing something like that many people won't even like? When everybody's going to like more multiplayer maps. Like, who could dislike that? And yet I know there's a lot of people that do not like zombies. because I am personally not the hardest person to please. Like, I'm very easy to please when it comes to video games. I like a lot of games, but I don't like zombies in Call of Duty. I know some of you probably do. I just don't. I think it's too hard, and it takes up too much space in Call of Duty where we might have multiplayer maps instead. Because if you ask me, we got just enough maps in Call of Duty, just barely enough to keep the game fresh for about a year. And then they start getting really old because there's not enough of them. And it's all zombies' fault. It's the fact that we have zombies in multiplayer, zombies in Call of Duty, that we don't get more multiplayer maps. That would keep the game fresh for so much longer if we did have them.
Yes. Not gonna set any records with that one. But it's a solid
But that's
keeper
literally all I do in Call of Duty. All I do is play multiplayer. I still haven't played any of my campaigns yet for World War II or Black Ops 6 or Modern Warfare 3. And some people swear by that, and they absolutely have to have the campaign in Call of Duty. I could personally live without it and just put more multiplayer maps in there. Replace the campaign and zombies with more multiplayer maps. I appreciate the campaigns and everything. I'm glad they're in there. I don't have a problem with the campaign of being in the game. I mean, I'm the biggest Medal of Honor fan from back in the day. My first World War II game was Medal of Honor, Frontline, back in the early 2000s, and I just loved it. And to this day, I have so much respect for that game and what it must have taken to build it back in those days when technology wasn't as good as it is today. Well, that was a full hour, guys, of this hotspot. Thank you for watching this episode. Bye-bye.